Hi! So, D&D is something I've had a lot of interest in for a really long time. I've listened to a lot of D&D podcasts, and a lot of my early OCs have been medieval fantasy vibes, so it's always something I've been really interested in, but I've never really had the opportunity to play until recently. I started playing with a couple friends online, which has been really fun. So I needed to make a character for it, and I did draw like a little 30-minute portrait doodle of my character, but I didn't really like the design. So the time has come. We must do a proper character design for my first ever D&D character, and I thought I would bring you along and explain my design process. My first step in creating characters is always to have an idea of who the character is. So my character is a half-elf, bard, pirate kind of character. I can read you the blurb. I have on my notes app, the original character concept I wrote was half-elf bard, ? Grew up on a pirate ship, the Blue Moon Pirates. That's the name of my pirate crew. But I suck at basically everything a pirate should be good at, but I can play sea shanties and things, so they kept me around. The pirate crew have recently been caught thieving and have been imprisoned, except me, because all I do is play music. So now I'm trying to earn money to bail them out. That was my original character concept. They've evolved a little bit since then, but that's basically the general gist. So that's my character idea. And then in terms of like personality, as I've been playing the character and I've thought up more about the character, they're like outgoing and a little childish and naive and not very competent at a lot of things. That's sort of the personality. And their name is Comet. So with all those things in mind, I was feeling ready to do a proper character design. And the other second half to part one of knowing your character is this is the most unhelpful thing ever. I just picture the character in my head. That's my step one to character design. So, you know, can't really show you that process. I do make little Pinterest boards for character designs a lot of the time. I highly recommend picking Pinterest boards for a little inspo. So with my Pinterest board, the idea in my head, and the original little doodle drawing I did, we're ready to move on to phase 2. I basically sketch out a little tiny body of a character for the body type, and then I draw the outfits on top of it like it's a little dress-up game. I drew my original idea from my head onto the page, as well as looking at different inspirations. A lot of my Pinterest board was other people's D&D characters as well as Ren Fair outfits, so I was sort of combining stuff like that as well as what was in my head. And then as I was sketching out different things, I was trying out different things. Like I toyed with the idea of poofy pants, and I didn't end up liking that. And as I was finding things I liked, I was sort of combining the stuff I liked and I liked from each version of the sketch. And so the last one is like a combination of the ones I did. Mostly the first one though, because that was the original idea I had in my head and I liked it. So that's that step. Sorry, the sketches are really messy. I don't know if you can tell what I was like thinking in my head while I was doing them, but I could tell what I meant, and that's what's important. And then the second step is color keys. Now again, because I had like a jumping off point, I already had an idea of what the colors were gonna be based on the original. I liked the red hair, I liked the tannish skin, and I liked the blue vest. So I just went off that. Normally I would do all the color keys would look very different hair colors, different everything, but because I already had an idea, all the colors look pretty similar. But again, I did that same thing where I was sort of combining different things. I ended up liking the dark blue pants more than I thought. I thought I was gonna end up going with the black pants like in the first one, but I really liked the dark blue pants, so that's the one I went with. So yeah, now that I have the design and the colors worked out, we're ready for phase 4, which is doing the actual character sheet, which is the fun part and also a bit of the hard part. This is usually the only part you see in my YouTube videos. I don't really, in most of my videos, I just kind of draw the character. I skip those other early steps and just go from head to paper. But yeah, now I'm doing a more detailed drawing of the character, making the anatomy decent-ish, and going into more details with the outfits. And while we're here, while you're watching this sweep paint, I want to explain some of my choices for the design, if that's something you are interested in. So basically, one thing I really liked from the original and wanted to keep was the vest. I really like the cute little cropped vests. I don't know if I've seen a couple characters like that, but I just think it's so cute. And I've always wanted a character with a little vest, you know? So I kept the little vest and I had it flare out a bit because I think that's cuter than whatever I had before. I also think the cropped vest adds a bit of like kiddishness, if that makes sense. I really wanted to like emphasize the childlikeness of the character, I guess. Because in my original sketch, I remember hating the colors. Like, I liked the red and the blue, but I didn't like the yellow. I was like, oh, primary color scheme, that's weird. But I feel like it actually does suit the character and makes sense and adds a bit of that kidness. I keep emphasizing that. I mean, they're not that, I don't know. Comet is 17. That's a kid. But I think there's a lot of childish tendencies I wanted to give the character personality-wise, and so showing that in the outfit helped. Another thing I did for that was like adding little patches. Comet's a pirate, and their main caretaker was a goblin who's not the cleanest of fellas. So I feel like the little patches are cute and make sense, and I wanted to make them fun little shapes. I really liked the idea of having a star-shaped one, because we've got a bit of a celestial theme with the name Comet, and then the pirate crew is Blue Moon Pirates, right? Kind of celestial vibe, so I thought a little star patch would be cute, and then I came up with the idea of putting it on the knee, and I just, somehow in my brain, that makes perfect sense that it would be on the knee, and I think it's just a really cute little detail that I was really excited about adding. Another thing is the backpack. I had the backpack in the original sketch. I gotta carry my things. I got a lot of things. I got a loot. Where am I gonna put that if not a backpack? I actually don't know if that's a normal place to put a loot, but that's where Comet keeps their backpack. So I also have leather armor in game, so I felt like I should draw something for it. So I just gave like little shoulder pads. That's good enough, right? That's leather armor. I also included like leather straps on the arms. I don't know if that counts as leather armor either, but I had something similar in the original design, so I wanted to include that. It adds a little something, you know, to the arms. I don't know. And then to add more of a pirate-ness, I don't even know why this gives pirate, but it does. The like little thing around the waist, like the piece of fabric. Why do pirates have that? Is that even a real thing pirates have? It just feels right. So I did that. Originally I had a little handkerchief for the piratey element. Mostly because I was drawing a portrait, and so like that's all you can see. But one of my other party members has a little handkerchief thing like that, and I didn't want us to look too samey. Not that we look alike at all. Our vibes are very different. But I didn't want like 2 or 3 of us to have a little handkerchief, you know? So I changed it to thing around the waist, which I like, and then I did like a poofy collar. I feel like that's piratey, right? To replace it. I think it looks good. And I have little puff sleeves. I tried to make the shirt piratey. I'm not really sure. It's also a bit like gestury looking, the outfit. I think that adds to the bard aspect though. So I'll take it. And obviously D&D, you gotta add random belts. So we've got like the thick pirate belt, and then a bonus belt, a bonus little belt on the waist for fun. I also recently acquired a sword, so I wanted to include the sword. You'll also see, I forgot to cover the sword with a sheath in the drawing. I don't know when it will be in this sweep paint, but I do eventually add a sheath so that Comet's not walking around slicing up their own legs and other people with unsheathed swords strapped to their legs. I fixed it. It's fine. Anyway, I tried to look up pirate boots. I imagine pirate boots being like taller, but I wanted to include the cropped capri pants because again, I feel like that's, you know, when like you grow out of clothes but you still wear them because that's all you got. That's the vibe I was thinking. I feel like Comet's had those pants for a while, you know, so they're like a bit short and tattered and patched up. And I wasn't originally gonna do the stripes on it. I did it in the color key, but I was unsure if I was actually gonna keep that, and I did. I think it just adds a bit more like more patterning. I think it's nice. And then I kept I was gonna do a pattern on the vest. That's what the gold stripe was in the color key, but then I decided to just keep it as a stripe because I don't want the outfit to look fancy, because Comet is not a fancy lad. So I just did a little stripe, and I think because there's so many gold accents, making it like simple and adding more of like scuff marks. I have like some dirt drawn on and stuff like that. I think that balances out to make it not look fancy, the gold, if that makes sense. Yeah, another thing I wasn't sure I was going to keep is the little like bandage on the bridge of the nose. I have that in my original doodle, but I ended up keeping it because I don't know, I just think it's cute. It's just a cute little thing. This is my first ever D&D character, as I said, so I feel like playing something that's like the type of character that I really like is fun, if that makes sense. So even if it's a little cliche, we've got the little bandaged up nose, and like my backstory's a bit cliche. I'm just like a not very good pirate. I think playing a cliche is fun anyway. I've also got something I really like in fiction is characters in settings such as this who don't kill, who are like, you know, because in fantasy you're like, oh, people just die, but I'm like, I don't know, if that's your reality, those are real lives. I just really like characters like that, so I made my character like that, and then sometimes I regret that choice for this character, because there have been times, you know, but it's fine. It's part of the character now. It's too late to go back. I have little reasons in my head for why Comet is the way they are and the way they think, but I won't say, just in case my friends are watching. Spoilers! Actually, I don't know if it'll ever come up, but if it does, if anyone ever asks Comet why, I've got answers. I overthink. I love character creation. It's like one of my favorite things. I've mentioned so many times character design is one of my favorite things in the world, but part of character design is character creation. And I have a lot of OCs, and I overthink all of them. I know their psyches so well. It's one of my favorite parts of making characters, so I've definitely done it for this one as well. It's very different playing a character versus like having a character in your head though. Sometimes I do just say stuff and I'm like, oh well, Comet probably wouldn't have said that, but I sure did. I'm a yapper, what can I say? I yap. I just say. I just talk and don't think. I try to think, but I'm not good at it. Which is another reason I made the character purposefully not good at stuff like fighting or decision making or things like that in their lore, so that it makes sense when I IRL am not good at the game because I've never played before. So that was part of my reasoning for making this character the way he is. But yeah, I had so much fun making the character design. It's a little more detailed than I probably should have done. I have that tendency, I get carried away a bit. I just imagine very like eclectic looking, you know? Pirate, collects things. That makes sense, right? I just had fun adding little details. If I draw Comet again, like I can see myself doing like animatics in the future, and I can see myself simplifying the outfit a lot for that, but it's fine. I just like, a lot of people have really detailed character designs for their D&D characters, and I think that looks fun, so I tried it. Also, please note the little pouch on the side. Birthday rocks. Comet gets a rock for his birthday every year. So I put a little pouch with the birthday rocks because I just thought that was such a cute little detail. I didn't come up with that. I was told this and I was like, oh, that's adorable. I love that. So I've added it to the character design. There was a few items I have in game that I wanted to add and then I just didn't. But I did draw the loot. I did a little extra drawing on the side of the character sheet because I wanted to fill the space more. So I drew Comet playing the loot. And you can't really see because his hand covers it, but I drew like a little moon carving on the middle of the loot because I thought that'd be cute. Blue Moon Pirates, you know, it all makes sense. Also, in the second little drawing, I think I drew the hair at different lengths. I don't know, that ponytail grows and shrinks per drawing. That's just gonna be how it is. I just like want the ponytail to be seen, you know? I don't think I imagine it as long as I drew it in the full body one, but it just felt right to draw it like that. So we'll see how it looks in future drawings, who knows? I also did like that classic thing where you put the name and like info about the character. Our DM has been drawing all the NPCs, or at least most of them, and doing that with like the little like pronouns, age, height, and like a little info about the characters, and I just think it's so cute and so fun every time. So I wanted to do that for Comet. Fit in with the NPCs, you know? So that's the character design. I had a lot of fun drawing this. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. It's been a while since I've been happy with art in a YouTube video. I hope you like the design. It's not the most informative video, I don't think. But it is a very accurate representation of how I design characters. Most of the work is happening in my head, I will admit. But I hope you enjoyed the art and me yapping about a character you don't know and probably have no emotional investment in. But I do. And that's what's important. And here's the Comet final design! Yippee! And please enjoy a little mini outro speed paint. I don't ever do this. I wanted to doodle the party, the three of us. I also included one NPC just a little bit. The goblin I mentioned earlier. He's a little cropped up because he's short. And maybe we're bending down. I don't know how it's working. I just wanted him like peeking out. I thought that'd be cute. But yeah, so we've got Comet and then Wren and Windbreaker, who are both elves. We didn't discuss our characters beforehand. I think it's fun that we're all elf related. I'm a half elf, they're both elves, but you know. But yeah, we didn't discuss anything about our characters beforehand. We just made the characters separately and then like came together and started talking about it after we came up with the ideas, which I think is fun. So yeah. Wren is the girl with the braid in her hair, and Windbreaker's the one in the back with the eye patch. And then Grubs is the goblin. And then you just saw Comet be made. So, I think they're such cool characters. And I'm really excited to get to know everyone's like backstories and stuff like that. We've only gotten a little tease, you know? I'm very invested in their characters. I think their characters are way cooler than mine. I wasn't trying to be cool though. Yeah, they're both fairly intriguing characters, so I'm really excited to keep playing and see what goes on. And then eventually I want to draw the whole pirate crew, like a little portrait, like a family photo of the crew. I think that'd be fun eventually. I don't know if I'll do that for a video. I might just kind of draw it and post it if anyone's interested. And basically my idea for this drawing is to do sort of like a, you know, in anime when they have drawings of the characters posing for no reason at all for like an invisible camera, you know, that was sort of the thing I was thinking. Or like in manga, sometimes they'll do it like little drawings at the beginning of chapters that are unrelated to anything. That was the vibe I was thinking of for this little doodle drawing to finish off the video. And if you're interested in more D&D related videos, let me know. I could do stuff for sure. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is a very self-indulgent video, but I hope you enjoyed. I keep saying that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.